I watched a ton of videos before we bought the van, and I noticed two things after we got it. Number one, most of the people that we watched were like in their young 20s, and we are so not.
Yeah.
Apparently, because you're my dad.
Yeah, let me address this too.
Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. So the bus isn't finished, but it's really close to finished. So we are actually in Hamilton Branch State Park right now, right on the water, and we're trying it out this weekend to see basically how we've done so far, right?
That's right.
So anyway, we're just going to kind of take you along this weekend while we hang out in the bus and cook some meals and try out different things and show you what we like and what we don't like and what we need to change going forward. So join us.
Stay tuned.
Chicken and sesame oil, and then we're going to mix broccoli slaw with sesame oil, and then we're going to toast these burritos, and then we're going to put it all together with some sesame ginger sauce. And it's going to be like a couple big handfuls maybe. Oh, it's going to be so good.
Look at that.
If y'all aren't familiar with broccoli slaw, it has broccoli and carrots and cabbage. It's not one smile. You want a lot of meat on yours.
Yes, I do.
Ooh, that's hot.
Sorry. Watch your hands. Clean table.
Ew.
The state park.
Yeah, that makes it clean. This is Newman's Own sesame ginger.
That's the kicker right there.
I don't know where the camera is. Sesame
100%
ginger.
pure sesame oil.
That is pretty right there. So one thing I'm learning, another plus to cooking in the bus, is it's warm.
It is. We're actually going to capture the heat.
And it smells good.
Yeah. But as far as things we need to add, we need to get back to adding all of our spices and seasoning. And
yeah, we didn't bring salt or pepper.
Yeah, no kitchen items. We actually had it in the last in the van. And we cleaned it out. We threw a lot of stuff away and did not replenish. So yeah, we didn't make a list of our seasoning. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's easy packing stuff. But as far as actually being in the bus, I know a main thing that we need to get done is the bathroom light, because I really didn't think that was going to be important, and I tried to use like pop-up Dollar Tree lights for this trip, and oh my gosh, y'all, it is dark. It is so
very
dark in there.
It's a closet after all, so it's plenty dark.
Yeah. But we Randy hooked up an electrical light in there, which
had a 12-volt trouble light. It's worked fine for us.
It's just kind of hanging there in the middle of the world.
Yeah.
So that definitely needs to happen.
But I tell you what, guys, this is great. The last van we camped in, we were doing our cooking kneeling down. Yeah,
yes.
It's just nice to be able to stand up and walk around.
Yeah.
The ceiling is incredible, having this kind of height.
And you know, that's something that I want to do, hopefully in the very near future, is I want to do a video that showcases the positives and the negatives of having a van over a bus, because there's positives on both ends.
Yeah.
And then there's negatives on both ends. So if you guys are interested in us doing that video, let us know in the comments below and give this video a thumbs up, because there were things, you know, it's funny. I watched a ton of videos before we bought the van, and I noticed two things after we got it. Number one, most of the people that we watched were like in their young 20s, and we are so not.
Yeah.
Apparently, because you're my dad.
Yeah, let me address this too. You get a lot of comments, people asking, "That's so nice, your dad to do this stuff with you." We're 3.5 years apart in age, so either I look really old or she looks really great.
No, you're just old.
But we're 3.5 years apart in age. We're married, have been for 23, going on 24 years now, married. So
yeah.
Most of those happy.
Yeah. So
all right, we have boiling water.
So for us, being in our 40s, you know, this is so much nicer, being able to stand up and cook and walk around and pass each other. I mean, we have so much room in this kitchen. I mean, I could totally be right here doing stuff if I had something to do and not being in his way over there. So, do you want some oil in there?
That was actually pretty, yes, please. That was actually pretty cool. I mean, we used to have to actually take turns traveling through the first van. We couldn't pass each other. It's like, hand me that, hand me that. This is actually nice to be able to actually pass each other.
And here's something else. It's funny because seeing this thing in our yard and seeing this thing next to our van, it looks huge.
There's a bug flying.
I know, it's right here. We it's a moth. We went to Walmart today to pick up some things on our way out, but we fit in a parking spot, which Randy kept telling me that we would, but I didn't believe him. But we actually fit between the lines in a parking place. Now, we're kind of long because, well, I'll show you maybe in the morning. It's getting kind of dark now, but we have a rack on the back so that Randy could put some of the things that didn't fit in our little closet. So we actually hung off the back, and I think we're too long anyway, but that really made the difference. So we took 2 parking places back and forward. Yeah. But we totally fit sideways. So as far as being able to park in most parking places, which I was worried about going from the van to the bus, unless we're like parallel parking or something crazy.
No.
You know, and we're obviously not going into any garages.
No.
And we're not going through any fast food restaurants, but we don't need to.
That's probably a good thing.
So
that goes back to the pros of having a
But people look at us everywhere we go. I mean, we got so many stares when we pulled into Walmart, because it's obvious that this is not a shuttle bus anymore because of the big front door. So you could forget about stealth in this. That's not happening.
Yeah. What's really cool though is I don't know if you can see some of the outside pictures. This was a this bus belonged to Embassy Suites in Minnesota, and they had it wrapped. And what was cool is they took their decals off, but the windows still have that white film. They didn't take. I guess they did a base wrap and then did the stripes over it. They took the lettering off, but it's basically a white bus, and these are the windows you can see out of. You can't see in. So that's what's really cool too, because it's just like a whited out bus. You can't see what's going on inside. Nature watching has been awesome. We've been watching everything from ducks to squirrels at home. Our wild kitties. We can watch everything out this window. Nothing can see us.
So
Looking back
come
at
right up. In fact, it was bad because a minute ago we had hung a trash bag outside. Someone's texting somebody, and we hung it up high on a tree. And then we were sitting in here, and you could see a little squirrel going in there, and I'm opening up the window, yelling at it, and it looks around, and it doesn't see anything, and it just keeps on going.
I mean, it's 10 feet from us, and it doesn't see us.
So I'll insert a picture of the squirrel here. Of course, that wasn't of it actually in the trash can. That was of it just enjoying something it found, but it was pretty. And I got a really nice picture because it couldn't see me.
We're going to discuss any of the pros and cons now, or is that a future video?
Of what?
Pros and cons of this versus the...
I think we kind of already are.
Yeah. Well, okay, one of the things I did some research on these buses, and this is a 25-foot, I guess it's a 21-passenger, 25-foot shuttle bus. It's a Ford chassis and a Ford cab, and it's, what's it called? Starcraft body. Anyway, I had read that people are getting gas mileage as bad as 5 or 6 miles per gallon. I didn't tell her that right off. I don't want to have a negative idea before we got into this thing. But I was expecting the worst. Coming here today, not pushing it, driving 60, 65. The first tank I checked, we were getting just over 9 miles per gallon, so not quite 10.
And that was on hills.
Yeah,
in the country, stopping and starting.
Yeah, and that actually, I was actually kind of impressed. I was expecting it to be well down in the single digits. So this thing has a huge tank. I've not let it get low enough to really see what it will hold. But I'm thinking we have a pretty good range. I mean, we probably have a few 100-mile range in this thing. I'll let you know for sure once we go back and I get a better idea on the return trip. I'll let it get a little bit lower in the tank. One of the downsides is everything on the bus is operational except for our fuel gauge. It's not working right now. It's pointing straight down. It's like it's spun. But anyway, we're using the odometer and tracking our mileage. So that's something I will fix. But for now, yeah, we're just kind of tracking. I just don't know exactly the capacity of this tank. I'm thinking it's probably a 45 or 50 gallon tank. That's what it looks like. But anyway, we'll let you know on that for sure. But having said that, I think we'll have the same range on this as we had in our G20 van. It has the V8 350. It probably got 13, 14 miles per gallon, maybe 15 on the interstate. But we were pulling the trailer with that when we were using it, so we probably were not getting much better. Probably 10 to 12 miles per gallon.
And I will say this, you know, I've said in every video, I think, since we bought the bus, we're keeping the van. We're still going to go places in the van. Well, I hate to break it to you, but that's probably not going to happen. I have a feeling that the van is going up for sale because this standing and doing cooking and things is just...
I've used the van to go grab groceries. That's about it. It's kind of a grocery getter now.
I think we're definitely
going to sell it,
sale.
or we may have a family member we're going to give it to. But anyway, yeah, we won't be traveling that. I don't see. This thing drives great. Actually, it actually handles better. Our van is a '95 Chevy G20, and this is a '04 Ford, and the handling's a lot better. The power's better. This has the V10 gasoline engine. All around, it's just nicer. I guess it's just being a almost 10-year newer vehicle. But yeah, it's been awesome.
Well, we don't want to talk your ear off. We don't want this to be a, nothing but talking video. So we're going to finish our dinner.
Yep. And
then later on this evening, when it's time to go to bed, we'll show you guys kind of how we lay down on the couch and kind of what it looks like in bed mode. And so we'll see you again in a few minutes. Alright, so last night we kind of let the time slip up on us and we ended up going to bed without filming the laying down of the bed. But so it's morning now and I wanted to show you how it looks. And you can see we have, with the bed down, we still have tons of room through here. And so it's working out really good. I like it. And so now we're just going to sit that up and then we'll have a couch to enjoy this beautiful view we woke up to this morning. So as our first weekend finally comes to a close, the bus did amazing. Our spot was amazing. And you absolutely cannot beat this view. Thank you guys for joining us for our first weekend trip in the bus. We're going to be doing this again in 2 weeks. Next week we're going to be doing some upgrades to the bus, so stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you next weekend.